What is this? All right, time to get my PhD. Let's see. Dang, smoking.
Let's go full power.
By the way, if I recall correctly, I think when she bursts, she gets like 100% crit rate or something like that. Let's see though if that's really what in her kit was, because that's what I saw when they were doing it in JP. So supporter, burst 2, assault rifle, fire. Okay, 60 ammo, standards 17.91. Wait, that's pretty good. Cause like, dude, what happened to the other assault rifles? What the hell did they do for the other assault rifles? Cause like, the standard assault rifle, that's not Scarlet, right? Has a shooting fire rate of 12, 11, 13. Yeah. What the heck? Okay, 17.91. I guess that will even out because of the supporter. Since she's supporter. When prediction status ends, 50%. What are these new terms? What? Huh? Recovers HP, so she was self-healing. The mission status affects allies. Burst gauge feeling speed. Oh, pretty good. Burst gauge for all allies. Okay. Pierce damage. 48. Wait. 48% for allies. How long is it? Continuously. Only when in hit emission status. Hit emission is when prediction status ends. Where is prediction? Prediction is burst. So when her burst ends, okay. Activates after landing 15 normal attacks. Overheat, 15 attack per 15%. Removed upon reloading to max ammo. So whenever she reloads, she loses that. And then activates when normal attack hits after prediction status effect. Affects self. Changes according to the number of hits. Affects, dude, okay, 30 times there's another attack, and then 60 times there's attack damage. So she just has pretty good DPS. So she has a self buff attack, and then okay, she's only gaining pierce when she's bursting. Prediction, current HP loses 1% every 1 second. Oh, I see. She's losing HP. So she's kind of recovering it also. Grants unlimited ammo for 10 seconds. Gains pierce damage. Crit rate 85%. This is basically 100% crit rate. So then, like, crit damage sounds like really good then on her. Attack LA crit damage. Since she has unlimited ammo during whenever she's bursting, then maybe, yeah, our build is basically crit damage, attack, and elemental. Then one dupe buffer. Oh, yeah, you're right. Because her buffs is pierce damage. So, I mean, the thing is, the dupe is if you want her to do DPS, though. Right? That's the thing. She's also just buffing attack damage and pierce damage. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Mario got power creep hard. Oh, okay. Uh-huh. Yeah, Mario got power creep hard. Yeah. Because this is just unconditional. You don't need to hit any core at all. And she's also buffing ammo. Yo, that's crazy. And then this hit emission status. So I guess, okay, I guess the moment that you burst, you lose the hit emission status is how I'm understanding this, or what? Because removes emission under certain conditions. When prediction status ends, because that's prediction is her burst, right? And that's when she has unlimited ammo, and that's when she starts like reloading, like that hit emission thing, right? And then that's basically that kind of like is her reload animation basically. Wait, so she has a permanent buff to pierce damage. When she's bursting, she's giving attack damage and pierce damage. But then, after that, that means that this is a persistent buff throughout the fight, even when you're not bursting or after your burst. I mean, she's gonna lose the hit emission status basically after after she once she starts bursting. That's how I understood this. We do enter burst relatively fast, to be fair, right? Like for a lot of the top players, they have managed to properly maximize the energy generation properly, where they properly control that, and you can basically burst like every 13 seconds, 12 seconds with like litter, if once she's fully stacked up, plus or minus, but 13 seconds plus, roughly 15 seconds on an average player if like they're not really like super fast at fast charging. But ideally, like in a top level play, you're bursting every like rough or minus 13 seconds, so there's only 3 seconds of duration on this pierce damage basically. That's true. Oh yeah, she does give an increase on burst gauge filling speed. So this is actually really good, because this will benefit sniper rifles, because you can pre-charge by the end of your full burst, and you will actually gain this, and you will get this benefit. And here's the kicker, right? Like, she can work on pretty much anything, any burst one, really. She doesn't have like attack buff like to everyone else, but she has attack damage and pierce damage. Holy crap. Yeah, easily power prep Mari. That's crazy. And you guys should now start to be seeing why the Asuka and Quency are lower priority in terms of this, is because we're getting these kind of damage buffers, right? Take a look, right? We have attack damage and pierce damage buffers. So the best units are the ones that don't really rely on that in their self kit, and they have additional damage from other sources. So for example, right, like Cinderella, when we were looking at her, Cinderella has a really good attack multiplier. This is kind of like the core on her, if to be fair. And then she has a high self attack buff because of the HP scaling into that. And so the really good buffers is now what's gonna come out is those that will give these attack damage or damage taken increase. Even if Cinderella doesn't pierce, Grave is one of her best buffers right now. She is giving 48% attack damage multiplier. Then, because like if you try to look at it, I mean, how much is Summer Rosanna giving? And Blanc is like 39%, and Summer Rosanna is like 32% or something like that. She is 48%. If we're just looking at that specifically. So even if it's just the attack damage, she's already good. But then you obviously, to make the best use of Grave, you do want her with the Pierce units. So it makes sense, right? Grave is going to the Red Hood team. Oh, for sure. Because like Red Hood does have decent self-attack buff already. But I mean, and technically you can go with litter also, right? And I mean, likely though, you're gonna put her with D. Grave with fire team, yeah, it can definitely work with the fire team. That's definitely one. And if anything, it would be, in fact, we actually wrote this down ahead already before. It could be Grave with Alice, Asuka, and Modernia, and then like Pierce with D or something else. Now, obviously, people are like, oh, what about Alice with SBS, right? That kind of thing. I mean, what if you just put in Alice, SBS, Modernia? What's stopping you from that, I guess? But, I mean, fire advantage or fire team, I could see that much more. something like that. And it obviously doesn't have to be Alice, right? And in this situation, maybe for non-core, this is when Red Hood comes in. Yeah, actually, and could be Ludmilla or Asuka, Ray, or something, right? Why does a lot of pilgrims have peers? Dorothy, Snow White, actually Haran technically does have two, and then you have Red Hood. Wait, hold up, wait a minute, hold up, wait a minute. Alice Pilgrim, I mean Alice in Wonderland, right? I mean, she's secretly a pilgrim. Let's be real here. Well, yeah, Nihilister also has spears. Overall, holy crap, another power creep burst too. That's crazy. Yeah, she's gonna eat up that burst too. And you know what? With her appearance, it is possible that we don't even use shotgun. Because it is, yeah, I mean, there's that possibility. Because you could do Rouge Blanc here, and then now you have the Mari team separately here. And the thing is, like, you can have multiple Pierce teams, right? So you have the Tianaga, you have Rouge Blanc, you have Crown, and yeah. So like those people that are like necessarily building shotguns, there's a possibility. Like if you don't really want to build that shotgun team, there's a lot of flexibility with, especially with Grave, because like Grave, you can just slap her in any team. And let's be real here, you can even slap her in the shotgun team. To be fair, you can slap her in the shotgun team and she'll do fine. If we really, obviously you don't want to, right? But just saying. On paper, who's meta, Cinderella or Grave? Burst 2 is such a competitive slot. See, the thing is, if Cinderella turns out to be just like a really good DPS, right? There's basically 2-3 spots, really, right? Like 2 DPS and then like 1 flex spot. But the one that takes the burst 2 is very limited. There's, assuming that we have 5 teams, there's only 2 units or 5 units that are bursting in the burst 2, unless obviously like Viper that has re-entry. But basically Viper ends up being kind of like in that flex spot. Cinderella, she doesn't necessarily have to full burst herself too. Grave, like, yes, she is really good, and I would probably say that she would be top tier because like she also has some DPS also. But how many times are they still gonna release like OP burst 2 unit? Because then like if there is a good burst 2 unit that will eventually replace Grave, what's gonna happen next? You know what? They're probably gonna start entertaining burst 1 supports and just B3, more B3 units, I guess, now that I think about it, and probably some CDR. So I feel like, and the thing is, like, they have done Crown and Grave like right next to each other, right, in terms of like releases, in terms of Pilgrim releases. So I think they might not touch the burst 2 category for a while. So we're probably gonna get some mileage on Grave, and I think next is they're gonna start entertaining burst 1 category more, Pilgrim burst 1 category, and DPS. So we might get a good amount of mileage on Grave, just like how we're getting a good amount of mileage on Crown right now. I think she would be roughly relevant for a bit. And obviously Cinderella is going to be relevant for any time there's electric. The real loser of Dispatch is Summer Rosanna. Yeah, I think I might end up resetting Summer Rosanna here at this point. Because, I mean, Mari is even a better buffer than Summer Rosanna. Now, and the thing is, like, even if we do decide to use Summer Rosanna, we would rather use, like, Blanc, right? Because Blanc does technically have better multiplier than Summer Rosanna. Yeah, Blanc can heal, and especially if you put in Rouge with Blanc. So, and if we end up like needing that heal, that there's likely the team that's gonna be with Summer, with Rouge and Blanc. Like a lot of people are gonna opt in for that kind of team. Rouge is not gonna be with the electric team. So I think there's gonna be two different things here. I think Ein and Summer and Niece are still gonna be together, and Rouge and Cinderella are gonna be together. Is Summer a reset candidate now? I'm actually considering it. We already didn't use her last solo raid. Where would Exia go? Exia's definitely not gonna go on the Rouge team, because in the Rouge team with Cinderella, you want Rouge to burst. Probably gonna be the usual with the Ein and Summer Niece. The question will be who gets crowned for this SR. Yeah, I mean, it's a matter of the overall team damage, right? And also it's gonna depend on who's gonna be your highest DPS, right? That's really how it is. The thing is, like, we're not gonna have Grave this solo raid, so Summer Rosanna might get some use still for this solo raid. This is such a shame that we're not gonna have Grave for this solo raid, because I would love this in this solo raid. She would actually be OP. So the fact that we actually are not even gonna have Grave for solo raid is actually insane. You know, chat, this is the real test. If we still don't use Summer Rosanna, if the top players still don't use Summer Rosanna this solo raid, she's a reset. That's basically the test, because we already did not use Summer Rosanna last solo raid. So if we still don't use Summer Rosanna this solo raid, she's gone, because Grave is just gonna completely replace like the Mari team, whoever's gonna use the Mari, right? She might get some last use, mainly just because Mari is gonna be buffing, she's not gonna be able to take advantage of the Pierce bonus, because I think the boss doesn't have core, or it felt like it didn't have core. So she might get the last Hora, but you know what, we'll see. By the way, did you know that 56% of you still hasn't subscribed yet? Make sure to click that subscribe button, click that bell notification, leave a comment, like, and subscribe.